Greetings, everyone. It is Monday morning here, Seattle time. I'm trying to mention up front more often that this stream happens at 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. So for my YouTube viewers who maybe sometimes can come hang out with us live, know what to expect on that front. So hope you can join us here live sometime, YouTube friends, and welcome everybody who's already here joining us live. It's great. I had a decent weekend. I really did not. Oh man, my to-do list. I've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 item to-do list that I had yesterday, and I accomplished 0 of the things on that list. But I did some other stuff. I did other stuff. I was very useful around the house, and I helped in the garden, and I did family stuff. So I put aside a bunch of magic this weekend to do a bunch of life that had nothing to do with my business or magic cards or whatever, and it was kind of nice. I'm a little sore today. I had a lot of outdoor work, but it was nice taking a break from magic actually for a couple days. But when I'm back to magic and I need some more cards, I'm going to go to cardkingdom.com for them. They are my sponsor. You can see their logo in the corner there. They've been sponsoring me for quite a while now, and I really appreciate their support, and I really appreciate the quality of their business and what they do to serve the Magic community with all of our card needs. If you are looking to bling out a deck, looking to get anything you need for your tabletop game, check it out via my panel down below, and then they know you got there from here. That helps me out a lot. Basically, if you use my affiliate link and go to Card Kingdom, all of your interactions there for the next whatever chunk of time reflect on my stream. So even going there and just browsing is a nice way to show your support. But certainly if you need some physical magic product, keep them on your list, and remember my affiliate link when you do, please. Thank you. So here we go. I also asked the crowd here if we wanted to do a stipulation draft. We said no, we're just going to draft it straight. So let's keep that in mind. I have not drafted this a ton. I'm feeling a little behind on this cube. I don't know where people are at with it, but I'm just treating it like a good stuff cube, where again, my philosophy of early picks is I want repeat value. I want a real game plan card. I want a card I can build a game plan around, and hopefully one that has extra kind of versions of that, so you can get multiples and you aren't just screwed if your cool sweet card, your key card is third from the bottom or whatever. You want to be able to win those games too. So that's a factor. But I love starting with repeat value cards, or if there's not a great build around, just the premier generic stuff. You know, the white card or the red card or the whatever card that you're happy to run in any deck of that color. You can also go for, build arounds. Like there's a Empyrean Eagle that might wheel. We can try and wheel a blue-white skies deck. I like the Empyrean Eagle a lot. There's a Resplendent Angel here, which is a fine flyer. Guide Mother might wheel. Time Wipe is one of the handful of wraths in the format. That could be a fine place to start as a control option. What do you think? Let me hear it, chat. What are you in for? You like Time Wipe? You like Angel, try and wheel Eagle? We saw the value of Warkite Marauder when I played it last week. Although I wouldn't first pick it here. It would yeah, Josu Vess is another. It's a plan, right? That's an absolutely a plan. We can also just take the Eagle. I'm gonna take the Eagle and see if we can take it as a build around. I mean, another thing about Cube is like there's not a lot of wrong picks as long as you're heading towards something reasonable. And we don't have to marry this. I mean, we can take another, like Murderous Rider is just generic. This is more the generically great. So like I was saying, I want a plan card, a build around card. Eagle is a plan build around card. Then Murderous Rider, generically good. Yeah, Entrancing Melody, generically good. Just like a 2-for-1. Emery, more build around. Scatter, generically good, right? So Golost, real build around. We could take Golost, abandon Eagle, and see if we can make Golost work. But Melody is powerful and does go with our first pick. It's true. But we can take Golost for the funds. I don't know if it's any good. All right, I'll take it. Well, we're just messing around here and trying to figure out our direction. I don't know yet. This is a fun direction, though, if it pays off. To that end, this is a good Golost card. And what else is going on here? Forgot Priest and Zealot are good buddies. I don't see much going on here. Yeah, I mean, we could take a Executioner to go with the Eagle. Yeah, Executioner for Eagle or Dryad for Golost. What do you want to lean, chat? I'll go either way here. We can go Executioner, lean Eagle, or Dryad, lean Golost. Tristani is interesting too. Dryad might wheel. I'm gonna take the Executioner. This is probably more fun, but ooh, Chart a Course is really nice in a aggro flyer deck. Teshar, I don't love. Fountain is interesting. Yeah. Good mana. Hard to argue with. But Chart a Course is very good. Yep, it's true. This does go in either deck. I think Chart a Course is more important for this deck than the... Also, I'm going to take the chart. I get the Fountain pick. I'm going to put this table to the test. Let's see if the Fountain comes back. Although we did pass a Time Wipe. I bet the Time Wipe drafter takes the Fountain. That was a tough one. I could have gone either way there. Here's a Enlightenment to keep on the Eagle course. Here's the Field of Dead, if we want to do Golost. So here's a plan. All right, let's see, we got 39 seconds. I'm gonna do a quick 15 field or temple. We're several picks into the Eagle plan, but this could be a pivot to Golost that's worth doing. Lizard wants the Octopus. This is a fine card, but I don't think it's what we want here. I think we need to make a move towards what we're trying. All right, I'm going to go down the field path here, see how it works out. Winged Words, obviously. Ooh, there's an Icy. Yeah, this was a little hedge. I don't mind it. We only gave up a land for this. So Manipulator or Words. That's Ancient Ziggurat. That's not going to be our pick. This is not really a good Golost pack. But this isn't a good Golost land even. My only question is Manipulator versus Words. I think but this Ziggurat isn't a good option for the Golost deck, right? Yeah, Manipulator is always good, and it was hard to pass that. We can take a Mystic, potentially clogging up the ground, making flyers for the Eagle. Some people want the land, still looking at hoping the Golost is happening. I think we're leaning more flyers here. Yeah, Tide Taker is all right on the ground, but Mystic is on plan. I think this is slipping away, folks. And this kind of settles it for me almost. Meme value. Flyer. Here's our wheel on the way back. We have a Fairy Guide Mother. Of One Mind, I don't like as much now because we have the Chart of Course and the Winged Words, so we're taking Guide Mother easy. Essence Scatter comes back, suggesting we are in the right place. This would have been fine for the Golost deck. Scatter, we could just take Vantress, but this type of deck is not hoping to activate Castle Vantress much. So yeah, I get it. It's kind of free. This is like this free inclusion, but it's a free inclusion that's not really on plan for what we're trying to do. So I'm going to take Scatter, which is a little bit more on the lines of what we are trying to accomplish here. Never really playing this. Are we playing anything here? No. I guess maybe there's some world where we decide an unblockable 1/1 is enough on plan here to play it. Fibblethip seems good. Look, there's definitely this black control deck that nobody seems to have wanted. Grazer is a legit constructed card, and that makes it okay in the cube, Razor. If you're trying to do that specific thing, it's all right. Body Double is not great and probably not going to play it. I probably even just want a Thought Erasure instead. But I guess, I'm going to put this on the board for now. Wow, black is wide open. Yeah, Spinnerets is a weird one. Why do we like that? What is it a combo for? I don't know. Cloudkin Seer is pretty on plan. I think we can wheel that, though, and we should take a Fortress here. Or if we don't get this on the wheel, okay, we missed it. Not a big deal. This is where I will take land over a fairly generic inclusion, although, I mean, why? I take Fortress over Seer, but not the other land over Chart of Course, but we didn't have as much card draw as we did then. So anyway, I'm going to take Fortress here, and I don't think many other decks will be interested in this. Weather Light doesn't seem like the place for this either. Historic, we're not historic. This wants historic stuff, right? Maybe I'm not looking at that right, but it didn't seem good to me. That's a weird one to be in here too, right? Unless Cycling Matters is in here. Probably just want a Geists over Intervention. Intervention is nice but reactive. We want to be proactive, and Geists comes down, removes a blocker, and contributes to our air attack. So it's right on plan. Maybe we wheel a Blink or a Development. Maybe we wheel this. I'm not counting on that, though. Terramander is going to be a better pickup for us than Enraptured. Again, this is just right on plan. Pretty simple. I'm looking for ways to find... I don't know if there are any ways, but maybe besides just scrying, but I'm keen on finding this eagle now. Maybe... I don't know what in blue-white would help us find the eagle out of the deck or whatever, but I'm just keeping it in mind. Whenever I have a key card like this, I'm like, how can I get it? How can I find my way to that? Aspirant Flies. Jace, we are pretty heavy blue here, obviously. The white is quite light, although Guide Mother is asking for some early action. Destroy target tapped creatures. How much interaction do we want? I kind of like the 1-drops, though. When we get on-plan 1-drops, I want them. So I'm gonna take this. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Mastermind's acquisition, right? All the stuff I can think of that helps double our eagle is just not realistic for this plan. Divine Visitation does work with Murmuring Mystic to make angels, and Executioner to make angels. Does anything else? Nothing else really makes tokens here, though, so we probably can't do that over just a Remorseful Cleric here. So yeah, I think this is too cute. 3 Really? You want to take this? This probably will. We can take this on spec. It's only pack 2, pick 5. So I'll take the Visitation on spec, but right now we're not running it. Right now we're not running it. Clutches. A little expensive for what I want this deck to be doing, but we might consider it. I'm not going to take anything. We're not going to splash. Oh, here's a grave to suggest that maybe we could. I guess we take the Watery Grave on the potential of it over something like Integrity. I don't want a Mind Stone in a deck where we're hoping to cast flying creatures on turn 2. It's on instants and sorceries. Yeah, so we got to keep that in mind. Right now we're not doing too much to trigger it. But we're not doing nothing. And, well, Silent Departure or Sabotage. On the one hand, Sabotage protects... If we can get on board, we can protect ourselves. On the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we don't get one of these back. Yeah, Omen could be a Visitation play. Oh, I guess that's what we're taking. I actually don't like that pick. I don't think we should play into the Omen to that extent, but I didn't see the clock. That's not the worst pickup, but it's not what I wanted. We'll take the Seer, though, that we were hoping would wheel. And all the blue stuff came back as well. Yeah, Sephira is in the cube, so we hope to find her. I'm going to go with Blink here. We don't want to blink. The other Blink doesn't really do anything for us. That we get another Cloudkin, you know. Yeah, so I think we just... It does some stuff, but not enough over just plain old Blink. That Blink. Here's something that could have worked with the other Blink, but I think at this point we just want an Opt over Illyrios. Is that true, or do we just want... It's a token. I guess it's a token. All right, we'll take it for the token factor. I don't think we're ever playing Bond, so I'm going to take Rupture Spire in case we're desperate to splash some black here. We do have the Watery Grave. And Trickster is interesting. Potentially playable here. A lot of lands coming around, suggesting the Golost plan could have borne some fruit. I mean, we do have the... We had the Golost field start in pack 1. This is another possible black splash card. Doesn't look like it, but that white-black means this is potentially playable if we were wanting to splash. But here's Guard Mage that's right on plan. I'll say it, protecting stuff is pretty on plan as well. I bet we wheel the Guard Mage. We could probably take Life's Bounty. We don't want to Shatter. It's not our, like... Heck, if we were playing in Pod, I might consider it just to hate it away from our deck, but Shatter is not on plan. I think the 2 cards we want from this, or the 3 cards we would take here are Alseid, Guard Mage, and Witching Well. We have card draw. Guard Mage is the card I want, but I'm predicting we wheel it. I'm going to take the chance. I think we can take Life's Bounty and wheel the Guard Mage. That's my prediction. Well, here's more Angel tokens, but Deputy is on color and pretty good. Clears out a blocker. Ashiok could be our black splash. We do have tools to splash Ashiok. Yeah. Maybe we just want this. Although it's a really weird card to include here. I'd rather stick to the plan. I'm going to take Detention Deputy because it clears the way for our... They get down a blocker for our flyers. We clear it out of the way with Deputy and win. Yeah, Essence Capture could also be good, and I'm hoping to wheel that, honestly. Dream Eater is quite the top end for some flying. We could take Dawn of Hope as a visitation combo. Dive down protects flyers. That's true. I think we wheel this. Let's take dive down on the wheel. Yeah, I'm wondering if we want 6 drops in here besides clutches. I mean, if we're gonna play clutches, we could play Dream Eater. Yeah, Seal Away is decent. Yeah, let's do the Dawn combo, whatever. I'm gonna have some fun. I don't think that's exactly the right pick, but this Dawn plus Divine makes me want to try it. I may give it up, though. Maybe that's silly. This is... I'm not gonna try and wheel this, though. We're just gonna take it. Perfect pickup for our deck, Ob. Mike is correct. Dream Eater is better than the visitation piece that I might not even run. I totally agree. I'm just trying to have some fun with that one. Here's a generic flyer that is pretty on plan, but Shark Typhoon seems on plan and much sweeter. We might not want this to be an angel, though. Yeah, Thief is all right, but right now I'm not splashing black, and I'm not going to force that. So let's not force the black splash, and Brazen Borrower is fine here. Storm Tamer, also great. It's a flyer, and it protects our flyers, which I like better than the God's Willing that does protect our flyers, but is not a flyer in itself. We're here to both. Both. And Staggering Insight, also great. We might not do it. Whatever. If we don't do the visitation trick, so be it. And look, the Guard Mage comes back. Probably not. I think we should just... With the way the things are lining up to be a nice, tight, aggressive Flyers deck, we should just do that. Yeah. It was a nice idea, and I don't mind that we took a stab at it, but I'm going to not bother with that. Could almost be nearly mono blue, except for like Cat Insight. That means we're not playing this Omen either. We're doing this, or this, or this. Yeah, I'm with you. I think we're also not playing... We're not playing 6 drops. We're playing up to 4 drops. Shepherd of the Flock. Imperial Aerosaur flies and gives flying to other stuff. This is a playable dual land, though. I think of all the things here, I'm going to take the playable dual land. There's a lot of options, but that was interesting. That's not what we're doing. I guess we take Oracle, but we're not doing that either. We take Arch. Why do we want Flood? I don't think any of it... I'm kind of sad that I took that, but here we go. This is great. We'll take this. This is going to be a pretty simple deck, folks. I don't think... Oracle's not our win con. We're not doing Oracle. Like... Oh, that's funny. Picking up 2 red splash lands. Yeah, I like the trying it this way today. Because let's focus on the plan, on the core plan. So it starts with, let's start that with the Eagle. And obviously that flies. We want to put this on flyers. This is our flyer. Flyer removal is going to be played. This land is, of course, going to be played. Where's that other Triome? That's going to be played. Clutches, not sure about. These are all whatever, not sure about. Definitely playing Sailor, definitely playing Tamer, Terramander. I'm going to even say Aspirant is not a guarantee given how heavy blue we are. We may decide we're not going to try and play a white 1-drop. This makes... We don't have a ton of instants and sorceries probably, but this is going to be enough as a 1/5 ground creature that maybe makes 1 or 2 for us. Yeah, Winged Words is in. Geist is in. Chart of Course is in. Essence Scatter is in. Essence Capture is in. Fenner doesn't think the Mystic is worth it. I think Fenner's wrong. I think there's enough going on. Fenner, we have a lot of... See, and I'm adding more. Yeah, Executioner should go in. Guide Mother. Is Guide Mother good enough? Deputy's in, right? We're tapping out, but then you run out of cards, and then having a counterspell up is great. Getting out fast and then protecting. It's so deck dependent. Yes, if we're racing against somebody, maybe we don't want to have time for counterspells, but like if you are up against obvious control, like sweeper control, going 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, hold up counterspells is very nice. Yeah, here, let me get to deck building. There you go. We are at 37, but thinking we're going to cut... We're going to do 16, so we need 4 more playables here. This is probably going to be a 4-drop. That's true. Counterspells that only stop creatures are less great, but also they're cheap. So, but maybe we cut Essence Capture and just keep the Scatter, or maybe just maybe one of the two. That's a fair point, that I'm talking about protecting against Wraths, and we don't actually have counters that do that here. Yeah, let's bring in Guide Mother. Since we can't protect with counters, let's protect where we can with the Pro Color. I do like... Yeah, I mean, we need to fill it out, so it's looking like it's going to be this on necessity as much as anything. We could play an Enraptured. Yeah, we could throw in the Aspirant. That's what I did there. Well, right now I'm running both because we actually have playable issues. Like if we're not splashing black, we need to find it within these. Fibblethip is pretty easy to include, right? And no, not 15D. That's too low. If we were to do another instant sorcery, what are we even talking about? I think we have them all in. Unless, yeah, there's literally nothing, unless you want to play Flood of Tears, which I don't. Trickster is a reasonable tempo play. I do like Trickster. It does some stuff. But we have to cut something if we're going to play Trickster. We could cut one of these. I'm going to cut the Scatter. We're so creature-based. Essence Capture, putting a +1/+1 counter on like not a Terramander, but a Storm Tamer or a Sailor or a Aspirant or an Alseid. Like there's a bunch of ones that actually are pretty good. Well, not that we can cast any of the white ones and then cast a Capture on 2. But anyway, being able to +1/+1 counter one of our early drops is what I'm saying. Fibblethip is just a curve filler. So Fibblethip was my 40th my 24th card here. And then now we're talking about putting in Trickster instead, basically, which is fine. Yeah, this looks all right to me. Yeah, there's some reaction cards in here that aren't the best, but we got what we got. I don't want to play 5s or above. I think this is capping at 4 is a sensible thing. Typhoon could be above, but you know, I would cycle this for a 2/2. Yeah, well, you like I mean, if you don't like the counter spells, I mean, what are you suggesting? Clutches and we add mana, Enraptured, or Fibblethip? Like, there's just not much choice in the matter. So, all right, Lizards wants the shark sleeves from among the many, many sleeve options I have. Oh boy, look at all these sleeve options. Wow. Yeah, we'll figure out land now. Yeah, I haven't even worked out the land yet. Let's do it now. Via Mirage. Oops. D. It's not enough. Why? You're being no. I think you're just wrong, D. Yes, this is a low curve. It's got 4 drops. It's got a Shark Typhoon. It's also got a cycling land. So if you want to think of it as 15, think of it as 15 and a draw 1, a pay 3 draw 1. Let's see. Anybody have the box? Now, about we do want to cast some 1-drop white stuff, so probably just need to do this. 8, 9, 10 sources of blue, 7, 8, 9 of white, 10, 9. The other option is 11, 8. But if we go 11, 8, we are, I mean, we're really crimping our ability to deal with these cheap white cards, and that's a problem, I think. So I'm going to leave it like this. We're a little, we definitely are heavier blue. I mean, if you look at these numbers, we can talk about, you know, mana for a second here, because a lot of people just use their mana pips as an indicator of what to do. They might look at this kind of thing and see, oh, we've got 20 blue pips, 9 white pips. I need to have way more blue than white. And like, yeah, you in the late game, you are going to be pinched for blue more than white. It's true, but it's just an awkward state of our deck that we can't bias ourselves heavily towards blue as long as we have these cheap white drops. So my factor in mana considerations always starts with what I'm trying to accomplish on turns 1 and 2, especially, and to an extent then on turn 3. And that's what drives my mana balance, not the number of pips on my whole deck. Yeah, 8, 15. Oh yeah, I do need to, darn it. I don't want to go down sources, but it looks like yeah. We need to be 9, 9 in that case, or maybe I do need to cut 8 planes. I hate going to 8 planes with these 1-drops. That just feels so risky. But maybe we just have to accept 9, 9 as good enough here. I know, that's the thing. Curve is very low, but it's very blue demanding. Essence Capture, Merfolk Trickster, although Trickster is going to be, you know, more of a, ideally Trickster is more of a turn 4 play. Like, you want to trick something, and it's almost never a thing to trick on turn 2. And Essence Capture we would play out on 2 if we weren't doing anything else, but it's not what we want to do on 2 either, really. And really, with Stormfleet Aerialist wanting to have the chance of coming down as a 2/3 flyer on 2, we really need to give ourselves a chance to cast these. So as painful as it is, and I am expecting to be frustrated by a lack of blue at some point, like we are going to just wish we had more islands at some point, but I think we are trapped by the nature of our cards and our deck. We can't cut these. We need to embrace them. I mean, I guess you're like, the thing we could do is like, you could cut the Alseid, you could cut the Aspirant, you could call Guide Mother a late game lift play, and then bring in, you know, Illyrios and Fibblethip and really just make the early game bluer. It might even be correct. So that's the, I mean, it's just a problem with the deck that we're going to try and overcome. I would want it on 1 if it was helping enable like a Stormfleet on 2 or a Staggering Insight on this on 2. I would do that, yeah. So anyway, let's call this Golost. I don't know. I'm trying to. We pivoted away from Golo. That's. Did anybody have a deck box? I can't remember. I think like somebody. No, we had sleeves and lands, and that was taken care of, and nobody did deck box. So we'll leave that on the box. Maybe. Wing. I'll try it. Just leave that for now. Terrible name. Deck. I want to play though.
Some say I never heard of ya.
Free rat burglars? No. Cube. Already feeling the blue pinch, but probably got to keep this. Yeah, we got to keep it. Yeah, this is just our deck's biggest problem is our the need for white early, but the heavy blueness of the deck overall, for sure. I'm gonna throw a full control bluff here. I want to at least think we're thinking about something. Well, turn 2 folio seems like a chore to beat, but we are a pretty aggressive deck. Just too bad we haven't gotten out aggressively. If we had a 1 and a 2, right on, but we don't. And we're flooding on white. Yay us. I'm just gonna go max mana here. Hope we find blue. Typhoon. Well, Typhoon could, yeah, we're going to cycle that, right? Probably cycle it next turn even. I might Winged Words next turn. We could, certainly depends on what we draw. If we draw island, we can think about that, but I think we're gonna need to look for an island. Yeah, we don't want to play Executioner until we really want to spend blue every turn and on blue pips every turn. Well, this is where they have to decide if they're going to develop their board more or just move in on the folio plan. Looks like they're going with the folio plan. Although they've let us move to our main phase so we can empty our hand on some level here. Kind of like we can even brazen, and I'm going to winged and then see if we can brazen. Although if I draw and they do that in response, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I want to bounce the folio, but I want to. I'm considering looking for blue to bounce. You know what I mean? Like if we cast Winged Words and find an island, we then get to bounce the folio after. If we don't find blue, though, then we've kind of wasted half our turn. No, I don't want to land. Let's attack. Let's attack and first see if we can get them to just use the full. Sometimes people will just be like, yeah, they're like, all right, well, I'm going to folio now, right? Like, that's great because now it helps us. We're going to do some milling here. Look at that. Look at this 0 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards milled away from the lack of islands. So that was actually great. And now, because I'm never punished, we're going to draw an island right here, of course. And yeah, let's just bounce it now. Is that going to be enough time? We will see. Next turn, we can have Executioner with Trickster and Essence Capture up. This doesn't look like to be a heavy creature deck, though. The folio suggests they're going for a different plan. So a deck playing folio is probably going to be more control elements and very creature light. So this Essence Capture is actively bad in this matchup here. But nice to see another island if we're going to draw land. Start with an attack. And now we could do... We can't... Everything is like double blue, so we can't even really do 2 blue spells anyway. So I'm going to go Executioner. And then hopefully, maybe we'll find something to Trickster. It's only tap creatures. It'd be nice if we could like tap their folio or something. And make it not usable for a turn. But we have Essence Capture if they go for a creature, and we have Trickster if they don't. You like playing as in hard casting the Typhoon? I think at this point we're probably just going to try and make a really big shark. Exactly, Mike. If we don't get something to capture, we are definitely trickstering, even for no value, even just as a 2/2, reduce our hand size and increase our pressure. Yep, we got to watch out for board wipes, but at the same time, we got to try and win the game too. This is a little bit of a concern, but not yet. We don't have anything 1 out. They got to work to get it to... All right. Yeah, it's full mill plan. Probably not capturing anything, but we might be able to get them dead before they can mill us here. All right. Now we have, we can do Borrower and a 1/1 Shark token, and that's 4 in the air, or we can just make a 4/4. So like different ways to put power in the air here. Yeah, 4 power either way. Splitting them plays into Empyrean Eagle better, but keeping it 1 Shark Typhoon plays into board wipes better. Yeah, Shark is uncounterable. That's a good point in its favor. Probably, I think the best thing in its favor is that we don't want to overcommit if we can help it, and it helps avoid overcommitting. We're at 15 cards, so we do need to get them. 4 power to the board does threaten lethal, and unless they get the blast zone into range to... But they can't add counters and activate it without untap, so blast zone isn't going to be a factor if we can keep 10 power out. But the uncounterability and not spreading out and making it worse for us in the case of a Wrath effect is most important here. But I think this game is just going to come down to whether or not they do have kind of good Wrath effects. That's interesting. That's going to keep them alive for a turn. And will that be enough to mill us out at 13? I don't know. All right, Big shark time. Good news is now they have to liar or else they lose. So by having to liar, they can't folio. Another not good card against a creature light, maybe creature free control deck. That is a very powerful way to approach cube in best of one. A powerful angle is to make your opponent's creature control cards dead. I don't see any way to win unless they go for a creature. And so what do we play around here? I mean, Borrower we can flash in as needed. I guess we just pass. This would get a card out of our hand, but let's see, maybe it's worth it. Then we have 3 mana left for the Borrower. I could counter my own Borrower. That seems like fancy play, though, if I'm countering a 3/1 flyer, so we can cleverly get a 1/1 flyer. Counter my own Borrower and win. I mean, we need the Mystic out, and then how are we countering this? Anyway, I like playing this, actually. What would have... Oh, we could have captured. Yes, yes, yes. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't see the capture play. I thought you were talking about countering it for the bird, not the counter. Good call. Too late, though, for that. So let's try this, though. Good line. Good line. Yeah, they do have mana of their own. It could have been risky. I don't think it's what they're doing, though. Funny card to get. It does at least give us extra power. But they need to mill us out here. Let's see if they pull it off. That's all. That's the bottom line. Can they get 8 cards from us? Yeah, I do not feel we have this. In fact, yeah, we could lose this, and then that brilliant line would have been the game winner. Well, let's make him find it. Looks like we lose if they find the line, so good job on finding the risky line, but I think, yeah, if I had seen the line, I don't care about the risk, we would have gone for it, because I was worried about just exactly this, that one more turn is what they need to get us. They're taking a while, though, so maybe they don't quite see it. I don't know if they're slow rolling or doing the math or what here. Too bad. I'll tell you this, in the deck the cube we're designing, it's not going to have a mill deck. Mill sucks. It's, yeah, I don't like mill being good in cube. Don't, why? F you, mill. I hate mill. Really do. All right, well, we're hurting on blue again, but we're going to keep this, go aspirant, and see what we find on 2. Yeah, lots of support for mill in this cube. Great thinking, wizards. Let's go. Let's make a cube that's nothing but discard, counter spells, and mill. Let's do that. Well, we could. Who's who's the beatdown here? I'm gonna say with our eagle, I kind of want to wait for this aspirant to launch, so I'm gonna say no attacks and not offer a trade here. The dual land doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, we just needed a blue land. There's no double white. Like, white is not an issue. The only issue with white is casting our first turn white plays, which we did. So, I'm playing around Wasteland. Funky, you have to find what you're going to put in instead. Have you seen the whole deck? Were you in deck building? It's easy to say you don't like it. Much harder to find what you're going to put in instead. You want to hold up capture. But Mike, if we capture after Mystic, we get a bird out of it, and we get the eagle. And the detention says take your turn off to kill this, or you're not doing anything. I like detaining the Oracle and attacking, and then getting Mystic down next turn. If we find a land, Mike is like, see, you could have countered Annex. I'm still okay with it. I think we go, now we need, of course, more blue. Man, it's just going to be the whole event is going to be, that's going to be a factor. But I am going to go Murmuring Mystic here. If we do find an island on top, we get Eagle plus Essence Capture, which would be amazing. Hey, Fool Auto, welcome. Gross. We're gonna lose. And I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, this is just what the deck ended up doing, and we're like called it out from the beginning that this was gonna hurt us. Well, it's bad draws, but our deck has bad draws that are unfortunately in here, you know? Trying to figure out now if the Eagle is the play or whether we actually need to capture, hoping to, like, make this a 2-4. But if this is a 2-4, what does that do for us? It does stop Underworld Rage Hounds for now, but not even after. Like, yeah, it eats a Hound for now. I guess we keep it up, though. I mean, playing the Eagle doesn't really do anything. Cute. You know what? Get it. Maybe an early scoop, but that was depressing. That was my deck giving me the finger and me scooping on it. I mean, it's the bad side of variance, but it's a, I mean, but there's a big difference between having a deck with great mana that experiences some variance and a deck where you acknowledge that your mana was really frustrating and not where you wanted it, and then that coming to pass to hurt you, you know? And we can take a look. You want to try a little? Okay, we've gone 0-2 here. I'm actually going to try a little more. I'm going to try the more extreme approach here and put in a couple of generic blue bodies and reduce our planes. It's been so painful. And I talked about potentially trying it this way when we were deck building. So let's Let's see what it looks like more like this. Is that too much? 5, 6, 7, 7 white. And we don't even necessarily want Sovereign or Insight on 2. Like in this build, the only things we really want to do on 1 and 2 are blue. Bolus's Clutches is good. It's just not where we're at because we're like Typhoon is malleable where you can cast it. So we're kind of topping out at 4. And it's a little weird to add this to that mix. You know, we have this tight lowdown deck and then you put in a Clutches. It's not really on plan. I'm going to run Guide Mother also because it triggers our Mystic, which doesn't have a lot of instants and sorceries going for it. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to try it this way. Just why not? We're 0-2. Let's see if a little correction of the issue that's been right in our face. We could add Mistcloak. Do you think Mistcloak is more important than something like better than like a Fibblethip? Or we could go like this. Maybe that's correct because then Mistcloak turns on Stormfleet. That's a good call, Rob. I don't love it, but it is kind of doing the thing here. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, where's an Insight? Okay, we'll try it. You like cutting Fibblethip? I like cutting the more expensive thing. But maybe if we don't lose this one, maybe we'll try Fibblethip in that slot for game 4. All right. Can this just work, please? Oops, almost. It was like, we need blue. We need to play all our blue. Not this time, Ryan. You're gonna do this. We're gonna try. This could get. I'm going for it. I don't care. At this point, we got to go for it. They could disfigure us or whatever, but like I'm. We gotta hope that works and make him have it, right? Probably this dies, but it got its card back. Edict's not going to be great once we get Mystic going. If they're showing Edict effects, you could even make a case for the Executioner here. Bastion. Interesting. Flooding a bit. Execution Overseer, because they're showing us sacrifice effects. It'd be nice to just sacrifice a 1/1 spirit. Also, if we drew into Empyrean Eagle, it would be worth more damage. But as it is, it's worth the same damage. And I know what I have a play for 4. If we didn't have something really great to do for turn 4, I would play the Seer looking for it. But since I had a plan for 4, I didn't feel the need to play the Seer there. I don't know. I don't stay up all night reading cube lists, Rob, but they're showing some. I mean, here's another Edict effect right there in the graveyard. I mean, not that they're going to do it on turn 4 or whatever, but I don't know. Like, but there were many different factors that pointed to me to the Executioner, not just the sacrifice. Blah. We'll go Seer here, looking for Counterspell would be nice. Well. Are we racing? Like, because we can send the Mystic and get an extra point, but that enables an attack back for 3 that wouldn't happen otherwise. So I'm not going to send the Mystic. We are racing, but that's why I want to leave the Mystic back. It actually is good in the race here. By defending. Uh-oh. Can it get anything from ours or just theirs? Your graveyard. Okay, good. So, oh, you're a little late, Essence Capture. I was just saying how I wanted to draw you, and you were just a touch late. Maybe need to just exile Euphemia before that gets out of hand. But if they want to trade in the air for any of these, we're okay with that, right? We can exile and keep capture up. Yes, I'm worried about Kroxa as well. 5 other cards, though. They're far off from that. Yeah, we can exile in blocks, too. That's a good point. Let's send all this stuff, and then we can exile as needed. So, should we exile it? I guess we should. I need to put a land. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. But now we'll exile it so they can't get it back. Oh, it's 4 to exile it. Why did I think it was 3? Are we being taxed or something? I thought it was 3. So to do this means we take off a turn. Yeah, okay, I just forgot then, Mike. I thought it was 3. Maybe it's because the casting cost is 3. It does give it fuel for Kroxa, but we keep Essence Capture up. That seems really good. That being said, maybe we're just saving the Essence Capture for Kroxa anyway, which is not going to come down next turn. I think, no, this is our 5th turn. We didn't have we already played land. Yeah, I'm going to exile it. Fenrir says we need capture up. I don't think we do because specifically I have a plan for this capture already and it's in their graveyard. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll hit us with something that I desperately wanted to counter here. That's pretty good. But I think we're okay here. Sacrifice the Flyer or the Herald. They do similar things. Token is more vulnerable, but it does become bigger if we find the Eagle. Yeah, it's true. If we keep the Flyer, we can even double block Rankle. I think it's got to be the Herald. That's interesting. Now, I like sending Seer and Mystic holding back Aerialist plus token to threaten Rankle. And Essence Capture up for anything they come up with. Yeah. And then Mystic can send... This is going to threaten the Pyromancer as well. They might send both, though, and this still holds that off. I'm going to send here. It does affect the clock, for one thing. This is a tight one in terms of these little pieces of damage here and there. aggro, but handleable, question mark? Yeah, it is nice with Bastion, but we can kill her next turn, right? Well, let's see. Rankle's a problem on D. But all we can do is block and untap and see if we can find something, or whether we just 0-3 cube. That happens too. All this counter stuff. Can we kill her? I don't think we can't guarantee a kill here. We can get her to 1 at the cost of an aerialist. I don't know how we win, though. I think we win by Essence capturing something and getting a Stormfleet aerialist to a 3-3, 3-4. But this is grim, folks, and I think we're going to quickly 0-3. I could land go, but I'm also thinking they're doing discard stuff, so I'm going to sandbag the 1 land. Yeah, we got to pass, but it's dismal for us. It means we're very likely to lose this event 0-3 here. If you're passing and doing nothing and you have no plan against Chandra sending suicidal 1/1s with a Bastion out, I mean, we're just waiting to die to that. That's not even the worst. I just need him to cast a creature. Sure. Yep. Some days it comes up Millhouse. Some days you're just dead, Jim.
These little guys are great.
All right, well, that's what we wanted. Something to at least give our Stormfleet the ability to attack into Chandra, into Rankle. So now we can swing away in the air, except we need to keep 1 back, so that doesn't even really work. Hey, although, let's see. If we send everything in the air, Chandra's dead, then they have an attack with Rankle that can get us to 1. And then we just try to recover from there, but I don't know how, because then any creature that then they just attack with both and we lose, because then we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. Yeah, it kills us. Fenner's right. So we need to send Aerialist alone and hope.
What the heck? Hey, these little guys are great.
Uh-oh. Amazing. Well, we're dead if they see it. See? Just like that, we're not quite dead. Maybe we still are. So we're going to bounce Rankle. Counter him on the way down. Get Chandra dead here, and then try to get face damage in. Well, Essence Scatter could get Croxa instead. But what do they have for yard right now? They're not there yet. Maybe we can get them dead. Not super likely, but we're gonna try. Two at Chandra. Do we even have time? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, we need to. Let's do the math. 3, 4, 5. I guess 4 to 12. The clock math is too variable at this point to figure out, I think. Oh, maze. Yeah, maze. Thank you. It's amazing, right? All right, so we got to send 2 at it for that. Good call. And then that works. We leave. This can stay back and threaten the Pyromancer, so I'm going to send this as well. All right, we're at a virtual 2 because of dead Pyromancer trigger. And we get Scatter and Borrower here. And Scatter is going to create us another flyer. Unless that happens first, so be it. Well, we're using Scatter on Rankle if they come at us with Rankle. Oh yeah, Slapshot is saying we can just use Borrower as a blocker on Rankle. That's true. And they are at Croxa mana now. Nice.
Time to sleep for a week.
We are cycling the Triome immediately. And yeah, I'm going to play the Geist. We don't have anything on the ground, so we can attack first, but then I'm going to tap down Pyromancer, and Geist can threaten Rankle on the attack.
All right, everyone, chill.
Yeah, I could leave back the 3-4. I'm trying to get him dead, though. I'm happy to trade off Dungeon Geist for Rankle. Leaving 3-4 back costs us too much damage, I think. Rankle does not have that. Well, is there a reason to play this pre-combat? It's +1 for each other. Yeah, pre-combat doesn't matter for Cat Sovereign, right? So we'll send. Three, 4, 5. We still get there? Oh, so close. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna hold the land just because playing it next turn gives us the 8 Skycat activation. So I'm going to pretend like there's something we might have here. All right. How about that, gang? Thought we were going to 0-3 this one, but scrapped and found a line. Well, that was cool. Now, if we go 1 and 3 or whatever, we at least had one fun comeback, right? I'm down a beverage. I'll be right back. Well, now we're getting the reverse problem. Our lean back towards blue has left us with no ability to cast this stuff. Hesitant keep from slap shot. Rob is sneeping this. I think we're at 7 white sources. Thing is, this isn't doing anything either. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mold this. I want to have I want to be doing more. Yeah, I'm unhappy mole over unhappy keep, but it's very close. Here we go. This is an easy keep. Question is, what are we keeping? I think we can ship the winged words and just keep insight as our draw tool. Guard Mage is also up there. Yeah, we can ship the insight. This is guaranteed cards. This needs stuff to happen. And if we had early drops, this would be a more appealing keep. All right. The other thing we do is ditch a land, but I want all of our lands here. But here, we're going to totally draw a 1-drop. Although we're playing a land on turn 1 that's entering tapped. Withdrawing a land, there's an argument for holding the Triumph for possible cycling. But I'm going to play this in case we find a counterspell, like our blue counterspell or something. Oh, Sailor. So we'll drop this, and... Oh, it does work with the Fortress, you're right. Sorry, I forgot it had the land types. Well, I wish I had the counter. We don't. We do have a Sailor, though. Oh, capture. Come on. So late to the party. Now, are we taking a turn off for that party? I don't think so. We have 2 spells next turn with Winged Words and Essence Capture. Gonna have to let them go to town here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is gonna be 8. They play a land 9. They cast a spell 10. They could be waywarding next turn. That's a problem, but I guess we just have to try and race here. I feel like we're going to be facing an attacking Swordtooth next turn, though. That's my prediction. I'm worried about it, Mike, but I think we just have to play our plan. Our plan is make flyers, make them bigger with Eagle, and get there. So and we have Guard Mage for some life on the back. Yeah, that's a rough one. Boy, was I right. Let's just say this was not the card I was expecting, but perhaps I'm just wildly misplaying everything. Now, though, we need to draw. Words and hope we can cast capture, right, Mike? We got to find an island to do that. I mean, I could play a planes and cast with that, but if we're looking for something else, yeah. All right. Ah, no. These two. We're done for. I don't know if this deck was bad or we just hit the wrong matchups or what. I think it's just bad. I think it's, yeah, hard to say. When you such a small sample size with a deck, it's hard to know if it's just underperforming, bad matchups, bad pilot. Yeah, I certainly didn't end up with any interaction, but I don't know if that's from bad drafting or not. You know, did I miss the spots where I was supposed to take interaction or something? Yeah, one seal away. That's true. We had a seal away. But seal away is just like, it's not even that good for what we're trying to do here, right? I don't know. Yes, Mike. It would have removed the 6/6 here. You and I, remembering what magic cards do together. This got... Well, I guess we can chump and detain. Bovin, that's not what defines whether or not the... I mean, you're saying a true thing, could have won one more, but that is not what makes the deck okay or not, whether or not we would have won that one more. Thanks for hanging out with us today, YouTube friends. We'll catch you at the next draft. Try to do better than one win. See ya.